Imagine waking up to the front page of your local newspaper with a headline so shocking, so gruesome, that it sends chills down your spine. And it's real. That's exactly what happened in Los Angeles on January 15, 1947, when a young woman's body was discovered in a vacant lot. Her name was Elizabeth Short, but the world would come to know her by a different name, the Black Dahlia, a name that still sends shivers through true crime communities even today. And here's the kicker: it's been over 75 years, and the case is still unsolved. So, who was Elizabeth Short? That's where our story really begins. She was a 22-year-old aspiring actress from Massachusetts who moved to Los Angeles in search of stardom. Like many others who arrived in Hollywood with big dreams, she faced more rejection than roles. She didn't come from money, didn't have connections, and often relied on the kindness of strangers to get by. Some say she was mysterious, others described her as charming, but almost everyone agreed she had a magnetic presence. The nickname Black Dahlia was likely inspired by her fondness for black clothing and a popular film noir at the time called The Blue Dahlia. Now, here's where things take a dark and disturbing turn. On that cold January morning in 1947, a woman out for a walk in Leimert Park spotted something that looked like a broken store mannequin lying in the grass. But as she got closer, she realized it was the body of a woman, severed completely in half at the waist, drained of blood, and posed in an eerie, unnatural way. Elizabeth Short had been mutilated with chilling precision. The details were so horrifying that the press went wild, and the case quickly became front-page news across the country. Detectives were thrown into a frenzy. Who could have done something so brutal, and why? What they found only deepened the mystery. There was no blood at the scene, suggesting Elizabeth had been killed elsewhere and then transported to the lot. Her face had been slashed from the corners of her mouth toward her ears in what's called a Glasgow smile. Her body had been scrubbed clean. Whoever the killer was, they had taken their time. The media circus didn't help. Newspapers published sensational headlines and even ran false leads just to boost sales. Reporters were so aggressive that they actually got to Elizabeth's mother before the police did, pretending she had won a beauty contest just to get information out of her. When they finally broke the news to her, it wasn't with compassion. It was for a story. More than 150 people eventually confessed to the murder. That's right, 150. But none of the confessions stuck. Some were obviously fake, people trying to gain attention. Others were mentally ill. The LAPD followed lead after lead, but every trail seemed to end in a dead end. Over the years, one suspect has stood out more than the rest: Dr. George Hodel. He was a wealthy and highly intelligent man, a surgeon with a dark side and a mansion in Hollywood that seemed pulled from a mystery novel. His own son, Steve Hodel, former LAPD detective, later accused him of being the Black Dahlia killer. Steve uncovered photographs of a woman who looked like Elizabeth Short and even found old police transcripts that suggested the LAPD had once bugged George Hodel's house. Allegedly, they caught him on tape saying things like, "Supposin' I did kill the Black Dahlia. They couldn't prove it now." Chilling, right? But here's the thing, none of it was definitive. No DNA, no concrete evidence, nothing the LAPD could take to court. George Hodel died in 1999, taking any secrets he had with him to the grave. Steve's theory has gained popularity, especially among true crime fans, but officially, the case remains open. One reason this murder has stayed in the public imagination for so long is because it has all the ingredients of a Hollywood film: a beautiful young woman chasing fame, a brutal, unsolved murder, strange suspects, a twisted investigation, and a city full of secrets. It also marked a turning point in American crime reporting. The media's involvement in this case set a tone for how high-profile crimes would be covered in the future: intense, invasive, and often more focused on drama than facts. And yet, behind all the mystery, we can't forget that Elizabeth Short was a real person, not just a headline, not just a nickname. She had dreams, friends, and family. Her life was tragically cut short in a way that no one deserves. That's the heartbreaking core of this story. To this day, new theories pop up all the time. Armchair detectives pore over old photos and documents. Podcast hosts explore every possible angle. And YouTube channels like this one try to piece together the puzzle. But every theory seems to lead to more questions. So why does this case still matter? Because it's a reminder of how easily truth can get buried beneath media hype, false leads, and time. It's also a sobering example of how even in a city full of lights and glamour, darkness can creep in. Will we ever know who killed the Black Dahlia? Maybe. Maybe not. But one thing's for sure, Elizabeth Short's story continues to haunt Los Angeles and captivate the world, proving that even decades later, some mysteries refuse to stay buried.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.